Hello Libra, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing your weekly psychic tarot reading. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are always welcome. So I already put the spread out using a new tarot deck. So I just needed, I'm not quite familiar with the imagery yet, so I wanted to do that. So anyway, let's get going. All right, Libra. In the past, we have the Muse of Voices. So what I'm gathering in the past is that it doesn't feel like you felt comfortable speaking your mind. It feels like that was a challenge for you. Feels like that's how you were raised, is to be quiet, be seen, not heard. You weren't allowed to voice your emotions, your feelings, your ideas. It feels like your job, your job is to be seen and not be heard, to be pleasing to others. Whew. Yeah, and this way of being just dampened your spirit. It was really hard to maintain your confidence. It feels like that was a challenge that you really wanted to explore, is having the courage, the confidence to speak your mind. To feels like you were inspired by others who were speaking their mind and showing up very authentically, and that inspired you. Like, I want to be more like that. I don't like what I've been investing in, how I've been showing up. It looks like the people around you, you were overgiving, and that's also something you were taught, that your role, your unofficial, unconscious role, is to do for others, to give. You started letting go of those beliefs, questioning, letting go of a lot of beliefs that kept you stuck for a very long time. You're willing to put in the work into a connection, a relationship, but it feels like you're realizing, but I'm not going to be the only one putting in the work, putting in the effort. I'm not going to be the only one giving. And it feels like the more you started asserting your strength, your power, being empowered, the more the people around you are not happy with this. Why? It's like someone who gave and gave and gave away everything for free, and now you're putting limits on it. Now you're saying you have to kind of pay by treating me a certain way. Now you're putting limits, and it feels like people around you felt entitled to your time, your energy, your focus, your love, your care, and you creating these healthy boundaries for yourself was very upsetting for those who benefited from constantly withdrawing but no giving back. Oof. All right, in present energy, we have the Four of Voices in reverse. New cards. So interesting. So this is Four of Swords. This person's healing, really giving back to themselves. So it feels like you're in a position this week where you can't really heal. You're trying to heal. You're trying to focus on your abundance, and it feels like you're really focused on the future. what is it that I want to create for myself in the future? I'm getting that you focusing on the future is making you very nervous. It's making you anxious and worried. It's like you're borrowing your worry and throwing it out in the future for yourself to have to deal with. Geez, I'm getting that there's a lack of imagination. Why are you imagining your future so glum? Habit? Is that where you're coming out of? Some glum, some desperation, some unhealed? Why can't you imagine your future being amazing? If you are what's stopping that? Why are you choosing to project fear into the future? Wow, it's really got you. I'm getting that there's some unhealed wounds, beliefs that are keeping you from creating the reality that you prefer. This feels like I can't imagine what life would be without my wounds, without this pain. If I let go of this pain, then I let go of the last remnants. I let go of the story of who I am. Some of you might be really clinging on to victim mentality. And some of you are clinging to lack, pain. Okay, yeah, it's time. I think what you're not putting into the equation here is that you are being called. Can't you feel that call to something? You're not running away from something behind you, your past. You are being pulled towards a wonderful future. Can you tune into it? Can you ask your guides for support and guidance, clarity, so you can trust where you're heading towards? If it's a calling, then it's very different kind of feeling than just trying to. You might have a calling, but by being so in your head and so in your fears, your vibration is at fear and lack, and there's all this light right there, right now, coming in, wanting to reach you. But if you're tuning into fears, you can't tune into your blessings. You got to choose. I'm going to choose tuning into my blessings, my future, my highest and greatest good, or fears. And once you recognize you're doing it, you can't say, well, I've got to have it. No. Well, once you recognize you're choosing, then you got to own and start. It feels like you're learning discipline in your crown chakra, on focusing, on not allowing your thoughts to think you, but choosing your thoughts. Wow. All right, what's hidden, Libra, is the Six of Materials. So this is Six of Pentacles. Blessings. It feels like a lot of blessings are happening in your world. If you're not receiving them, there's you might not be at the frequency. Yeah, the blessings, part of the blessings is financial, for sure, abundance. But part of it is this strength to overcome obstacles. You have what it takes to overcome obstacles, to let go of toxic connections, let go of your own toxic behaviors and patterns, your own obsessions, your own attachments, where you're attached to the past, where you're attached to lack, where you're attached to a story about yourself. What's hidden is that you're making moves. It feels like you're making moves in kind of behind the scenes, subtle moves. And it looks like you're realizing that you're not going to entertain fearful thoughts. Just because you are feeling fear you're not going to concretize it and make it real. You are your beliefs. I think you're recognizing that. And so if you're feeling fear and thinking about and trying to avoid something, then focusing on it is not the way to go about it. It looks like you're figuring out how to get yourself out of a nightmare scenario. All right, Libra, the advice this week is the Queen of Inspiration. I love how these cards are illustrated, and I love the change. So this would be Queen of Swords. I like that we're using it as inspiration. Wait, is that no, the voices are, this is Queen of Wands. Jeez, now you see why I put the deck out first. Queen of Wands, this is someone very attractive. Drawing attention. Yeah, and it looks like you're very protected. The Queen of Wands is, in the original tarot does not have chameleons on her cloak or on the card anywhere. So her moves aren't protected. But with the Nine of Inspiration, the Nine of Wands, it feels like you are very guarded. You are protected. You're definitely protecting yourself. You're protecting your moves. It feels like in the past there was this lack of inspiration, and now you're inspired. Now there's a fire. It looks like there are others who don't enjoy seeing you move on. Because you used to carry the burdens. You used to do a lot of the lifting, maybe energetically, maybe emotionally, mentally. And it looks like there are people in your environment, at least energetically, who don't want to see you. And so I get why you're guarded. It makes sense. Yeah, they don't want to see you with your soul fulfillment. But I don't think you're entertaining this. I don't think you're making yourself a victim to others not wanting you to succeed. I think you're just seeing this as a reality of, accepting this as a reality that you're working through. And, others might not want the best for you, but you're not stopping. You're not stopping to heal them, to convince them of your worth and value. You're like, sorry you feel that way. I don't even feel like you're giving that much. Feels like you're not giving any attention to those who aren't going to help you on your path. You're not going to stop and try to change someone's mind and trying to convince them of your worth. You're like, okay, bye. And you're just focusing on yourself. You're loving yourself in a way that you never have before. I have to say there are a lot of Queen cards here. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. It feels like you are really leveling up in your feminine energy, nurturing yourself, loving yourself. And I think that's why Queen of Wands is showing up in your advice. You're looking very attractive. You're not depleted. You're not overgiving. It's very attractive. Someone who has boundaries, someone who respects their time, their energy. They see their worth. You're not trying to please everyone. And it feels like a very new way of being. For some of you, it's a challenge to not help everyone, even if while they're hurting you. So I feel like you might have a little bit of a out of control healer energy. Trying to heal everyone in your environment instead of going to the source and healing yourself. Or maybe that's what you've been doing, healing yourself. Because it feels like there have been a lot of people in your life. You've gotten very accustomed to people who say they love you and then they stab you in the back. So you're switching your environment internally, and it looks like it's having a large effect on your external environment as well, as now shifting largely. So wow, Libra, wow. Hope that's helpful. Have a great week.